Ardrey High School basketball star Elijah Gray will be sentenced in March for his role in an alleged NCAA basketball point shaving scandal. Another former Charlotte athlete, Jalen Smith, is accused of paying Gray and other players to throw games. And they're among more than 20 people accused in a game-fixing scandal. As Queen City News reporter Shakira Speak shows us, incidents like these have addiction specialists sounding the alarm.
There are Charlotte connections to a new college basketball point shaving scheme, including one alleged game fixer and a former Ardrey High School star. Federal prosecutors say fixers paid players to fix NCAA Division I men's basketball games from September 2022 to February 2025.
So the integrity of the sport obviously is altered and challenged, and it's done for people to try and make a lot of money.
The indictment says the bribes usually range from $10,000 to $30,000 per game, depending on playoff and championship games. The last impacted game was just over a year ago.
That's why they hit some of these mid-majors and the lower guys who are not making as much money as you can make with some of these Division I, super conferences. They hit some of these guys who are more apt to take the money.
This is just the latest sports betting scandal. In October, the FBI announced the arrests of dozens of people, including former Charlotte Hornet Terry Rozier. Attorney Matthew Timpanik says intent is key when proving these cases.
But what they really want is the people who are profiting the most. Usually, it's organized crime. That's where they usually want it. If there's not, it's whoever was making betting the most and who was kind of a ringleader. That's usually the people who have the longest exposure in a prison term.
Gambling experts are seeing addiction issues on the rise, estimating about 2.5 million American adults meet the criteria for having a severe gambling problem. Another 5.8 million are considered to have more moderate gambling troubles. Those experts are urging North Carolina officials to use more gaming revenue for training, support, and research to help people with gambling disorders as the demand for sports betting rises.
Gambling doesn't affect your health like alcohol or drugs do, right? So a much smaller percentage of people facing a gambling addiction come to treatment than people who are dealing with alcohol or drugs. So we're not even catching, not even 10% of the people who are struggling.
If convicted, suspects in the point shaving scheme could face 5 to 20 years in prison for bribery, wire fraud, and conspiracy. Reporting in Charlotte, Shakira Speaks, Queen City News.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.